Welcome to shul.com. There's a question that Rashi HaKadosh brings up in a few locations in the Perush on the Torah. He says, I don't have the answer. So the question as follows is, how many times does Rashi say, Eini יודע מלמדנו, that I don't know the reason or why this is, and what are the locations? So the answer is, there are two locations in the Torah that I found. One of them is in Bereshit Perek Kaf Chet Pasuk Aleph, and it's also found in Perek Lamed Hey Pasuk Yud Gimel. I'll read the Pasukim and obviously the Rashi, and in the future we'll explain them. But what is it? It's right here. It says in the Pasuk, actually Perek Kaf Chet Pasuk Hey. So it's 28-5. Vayishnach Yitzhak את יעקב וילך פדנה ארם אל לבן בן בתואל הרמי אחי רבקה אם יעקב ועשיו. So then the pasuk, it identifies that Rivka is the mother of Yaakov and Esav. ומפרש Rashi says, איני יודע מה מלמדנו. Okay, Rashi says, I don't know what it's coming to teach me, that it references again Yaakov ve'esav. I brought down that if you take the words איני יודע מה מלמדנו over here and you add it up, it comes up the words איני יודע מה מלמדנו to 376, which is the Gematria of Esav, which one of the Mefarshim was writing that I saw. He said that he understood what it was saying of Yaakov, because I didn't understand what the Esav part, and so he made that little reference in the Gematria. That's the first one. It's 28-5 in Bereshit. The second one is 35-13, which is Vaya'al me'alav Elohim b'makom asher diber ito, and it says there on Rashi, En yodea ma melamedanu. Also, Rashi says, I don't know the reason. And there's a lot of mefarshim on this of what it's really trying to say. First, was it saying that Rashi didn't know? Usually, if Rashi doesn't know, he doesn't say anything. But it seems that Rashi had a problem, and he had a few answers, but he couldn't come up with which one was the one that he wanted us to carry over. Because if Rashi had an answer, he would give two answers, because there were many times that Rashi gives you option 1 and option 2. I pulled that out because you could see that here in another pasuk, on pasuk Chaf, where it says, "Vahi Yitzchak ben 40 shana bekachtot Rivka bat betuel harami mipadan aram achot lavan harami lo leisha," and he says here, "V'chi adayin lo nechtav shehi bat betuel." It didn't already write that she was the daughter of Betuel. V'achot lavan, and the brother, her brother was Lavan. Umipadan aram, and from the city of Padan Aram, ela lahagish shivcha she'ayta bat rasha v'achot rasha mekom asher ra'a v'lo lemdam ma'asehem. And it gives us a few reasons. So Rashi discusses this, and furthermore, if you look at another Rashi on Vahi ki zaken Yitzhak vatichena enav mereot vayikra et Esav beno hagadol vayomer elav beni vayomer elav hineni. On that pasuk, which is pasuk Aleph, if you look at Rashi, he gives you a few reasons here. Vatichena be'ashanon shel elu, that the smoke of those who shel neshot Esav shiktiru l'avodah zarah, they would put smoke to the avodah zarah, and that was part of what blinded Yitzhak. And then 2, davar echad, it gives you another reason. When he was on the Mizbeach and his father was about to kill Yitzhak and to slaughter him, the heavens opened and the angels cried, and the tears fell onto the eyes of Yitzhak, and therefore they got weakened, his eyes, or lightened, kahu, from the word keheh. The third reason, he says that Yaakov could take the berachot, so he didn't have the ability to see. What I'm showing you from these Rashis is that if Rashi had multiple reasons for it, he would give you 1, 2, and 3 as answers, as he has in the past. So seemingly here it was much more than just not knowing an answer. It was a much bigger problem. But it also shows us the humbleness of Rashi HaKadosh, that Rashi was not afraid to say, I don't know. And one of the things before I was taught in learning is that that's actually a high level. because there's no expectation that someone's going to know everything or that everything they're going to say is going to be perfect. And we know this from Moshe Rabbeinu, that there were a few times that Moshe Rabbeinu didn't know things or went back or seemingly had to teach again something that he already had taught. And that's okay. That's part of the learning. The learning is not that it's perfect the first time around, everything is right, everything. We're learning. And as we learn, we're going to do more things and add more things to our lives. Or we're going to learn about doing things that we didn't need to do to begin with and we could stop. And that's one of the lessons I learned from Rabbi Mansour, is that that's how you have to go about your learning, is that you're going to add things, might subtract things. The idea is to continuously learn and to fine-tune what you're doing. Baruch Adonai Le'olam, amen v'amen.